He's absolutely Jason, he's absolutely gay. He'll absolutely brighten up the darkest rainy day. He's funny and loves movies, he's smart and he's a Jew. He's an actor and an activist and wants to hear from you.
Hey everybody, welcome to Absolutely Jason Stuart with my guest here today, Jasper Cole, who is what I would call a veteran character actor and certainly the new villain on the scene. And I've known you forever.
Forever.
Yeah, and we met through a friend. I know exactly how we met because I researched it.
Really?
I had done a film called Eternity with John Voight in 1990, which was actually an eternity because the whole
because
movie
he was in it.
No,
Oh,
he's great.
He's great.
It had to be shown.
I kid.
It had to be shown in 3 nights. It was so boring. It just didn't work. The film just didn't work out at all. And I played the photographer or the cameraman in this. He was a spiritual evangelist of some sort on a TV show, and he was doing this speech once to all of us in the TV station. I remember my eyes were tearing up as he was tearing up. I thought, God, that's the same scene from Coming Home. And
Can we find this somewhere?
Oh yeah, I think it's on TV and it's
Okay.
on DVD. It's called Eternity, and I'd like to see it again because I don't really know. I don't know. I don't remember it. It was such a long time ago, but the film felt so long. And there was this costume guy on the show who was really supportive of me. And forgive me, I've forgotten his name. And he had called me and said, "Hey, a friend of mine is doing this film called Get Your Stuff.
Get Your Stuff."
And they need some gay celebrities, people that are known in the gay community. Would you come down and be at this party?"
And you said, "I'm not gay, but I'll help you out."
Oh, that's
Thank
not
you.
true. I would, of course, and I didn't know you, but I knew Jim J. Bullock, and I knew
Right.
some other people on the film, and I said, sure. And that's where I got to meet Mama, who's
Mama
Worthy.
And
we got to hang out.
you showed up at that house in Pasadena, right?
Yeah, that was
the
the
mansion.
First time I met Elaine Hendricks.
Right.
And since then, I've done like 4 or 5 movies with her.
And then you and I had a scene together up by the pool. You
Did
forgot
we?
already?
Oh my God, it was
Thanks,
so long.
Jason.
What did you say?
I have no idea.
Oh,
No.
you don't remember either.
No, we just improv. We were like standing by the pool. I don't know.
Oh, did we? Okay.
They steady cammed around. And
It was a long.
No,
long
you
time
made a
ago.
bitchy your character made a bitchy comment about someone's outfit.
Oh, did I?
Which was the stretch, right?
Yeah. Well, welcome to my life.
Right.
And it's literally 2099.
99.
Yeah, and I actually got a residual check from that.
You
once.
did?
Yeah, once.
Oh, I'm still waiting.
It was like I think $20 or something.
Wow. But you know, and it's funny because in many ways that movie was a little bit before its time because
I
it was
think
all
so.
about gay adoption and now everyone's adopting except you and I.
I can't have children because I have nice furniture. And so you started your career coming from the South.
Yeah, from Georgia.
And you were like an ingenue.
Well,
of sorts.
God bless you.
You were like a pretty boy when you came into the town.
Yeah, well,
I always thought that's of you. And
thank you.
And
I was a little too short for that, but yeah.
Oh, were you?
Well, I'm not tall.
I know. You know, it's funny because I don't think of you that way.
Well,
and next to Tom Cruise, you're like a giant.
And yeah. And a whole list of them. No, yeah, I was sort of just in that boyish category, because I moved here when I was 23.
God.
Right? Yeah.
And
so
you wanted to be an actor more than anything, right?
Yeah, I was one of those closet thespians. I grew up, I didn't do any kind of theater. I played football. There were 4 boys. So I had 3 older brothers, so I followed in their footsteps. But I always wanted to do theater, and I'd sneak into the auditorium in high school and watch like The Wizard of Oz, and although I can't sing or dance, but I just thought I want to do that. So when I graduated high school, I started college. I realized I didn't want to do that, so I moved to Atlanta, went to the Atlanta Alliance Theater School. Then I had arrived. It was a whole program of writing, acting, and I met Becky Kennedy, and we co-wrote a play together, and we co-starred in it called Willow Springs Now, and it was this ridiculously stupid. Do you remember Fernwood Tonight?
Oh, yeah. It was Martin Mull and Fred Willard.
Yeah. It was sort of a southern version of that in a cable access studio in South Georgia. That's, based on this ridiculous little town called Willow Springs. And we did the play, and it got an audience, and it kind of got a little bit of a cult following in Atlanta. And then we did it on the local TV station there. And there was a producer from L.A., Ivan Spiegel, who had the Burbage Theater.
Not Ivan Spiegel, darling.
Do you remember Ivan?
Did he talk like this?
Yes.
Of course he did.
He's like, if you ever come to LA, I'll produce your play. But he didn't realize if you tell a 23-year-old that, we literally packed up and came like 2 weeks later.
You did not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you came to LA? I did
Came
not
to
know
LA
that.
with Willow Springs, and at the Century City Playhouse, there was a play
I
called.
have a feeling I saw this.
There was a play called Bleacher Bums.
Yeah, that played there for years.
So we went on as a late night comedy. If you bought a ticket for Bleacher Bums, you got to stay for Willow Springs Now.
That played for years.
So Becky and I played these two hosts, Buck and Fayanne, these two idiot hosts. And so what started happening is, like, George Carlin came to see the show, and he came backstage, and we started getting celebrities to come, and it kind of got a little cult following. So that's what happened. I got an agent from that and a manager, and kind of stayed, and that's how the career began.
Isn't that funny?
I thought it was that easy.
Well,
I thought I'd just come to town and do a play, and I get all this attention, and then reality hit, and then it was like, now you've got to get the temp job and audition. And
But you started working right away.
I did. I was lucky, but you know how it is. You do a few guest spots a year.
You were actually in the pilot with Sally Kirkland, am I correctly?
Still Magnolias,
Still Magnolias.
which she still doesn't remember to this day.
Oh, she doesn't?
Well, we love Sally.
Yeah, she doesn't. I don't think she remembered what she did yesterday. God bless her. I was with her this weekend.
Yeah, because you guys have that film
We had another
together.
film festival. We did a film called Posey that
Right.
seems to be
It's
playing
it's
every
everywhere.
film. She's not won like 5 Lifetime
She's
Achievement
an
Award.
amazing actress.
She
yeah.
really is.
But that's where I met Sally.
Yeah, and she's been a friend of ours.
A lifelong friend.
And everybody probably knows Sally Kirkland from Ed TV and Anna being nominated for the Oscar in the late 80s.
The Haunted.
The Haunted. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
She
forgot
had
about that.
Sally's had an amazing run,
Yeah, she doesn't think so, though. I think a lot of times.
Well.
But we all do.
See, that's a good
I was
point,
just gonna
right?
say that we all feel
think
that.
we're not working enough, and why didn't I get that part? And yeah.
And then you made the transition as the years have gone on to being this sort of villain character actor, rough guy, which was completely juxtaposed to who you were 20 years ago. And before you say it, I want to show a clip from MacGruber. Am I saying it right?
MacGruber?
Yeah, MacGruber. And that'll be cut 4. And I want to show you actually doing that incredible role that I think was pretty much a game changer in your career. Can we play that?
Zeke! Hurry the fuck up! Almost there!
Nighty-night.
Word on the street is Kuntz put together a team of the most ruthless criminals this planet has to offer. Zeke Plachette, Constantine Bach, the Calabria brothers. It's a veritable dream team of killers.
It's Constantine Bach and Zeke Plachette. All right, Vic, it's go time.
That's not hard!
And
Dear
and I'm
God.
dead.
Yes.
And scene.
Well, you had a very major supporting role in the film. That's all stuff cut together. That's what us actors do, so people can see just us when we show a clip. I thought that was, when I saw the film, I was like, oh my God, this is so completely how I do not see you.
Well, it's amazing because we spent almost 4.5 weeks in Albuquerque working on that movie, and most of all my scenes were with Val Kilmer because I played one of his henchmen, and we love Val Kilmer,
Oh, man.
but a lot of stuff did not make it in the movie because when we, that happens as actors. When you go see the movie, I'm like, where are our scenes? Because we literally were like introduced and then killed. There's a big chunk of scenes because Val loved to improvise and thought he was funnier than the lines in the script. So there should have been like a behind the scenes.
They didn't. You know a film I did with your co-host on your show. Tell us your name, your radio show that's on.
On the set with Jasper Cole. My co-host Ralph Cole Jr.
Yeah, we did a film together called K11, and I remember he calls me and tells me, oh, you're still in the movie. And my part had got cut down so small.
Right.
And I remember going to see it, and they thought, oh, you were in, you were out. And I go to see it, and then there's just this one line out of the whole thing.
But you still made it in.
I still made it in.
That was a great movie, by the way.
It was sort of, it was called K11. It was about gay people in prisons in Los Angeles County.
But it was gritty and...
It was interestingly weird. It was like 2 movies in one.
Yeah.
It was this comedy.
The tone was 2 different genres.
Yeah, and I hope that somebody gets to see it. Hopefully it'll play on cable.
I loved it.
Yeah, I hope people get to see it.
Yeah.
I hope so.
But no, you're right. MacGruber it was a studio picture, and you know, it was Universal, and it was, being there with Seth Meyers and Will Forte, and Lauren Michaels was on the set every day, and Kristen Wiig before Bridesmaids. You know, this was, there was so much hype around MacGruber. Everyone thought it was going to do this huge box office, and then it really didn't. But it
did do nicely.
It did okay, but it's kind of garnered this kind of cult following on DVD and Netflix and all that stuff.
Well, I think things have a life, you know, after. I mean, certain films, you know, do better in that venue.
Later on.
I mean, the whole business is completely changing.
And, you know, Will Forte is getting a lot of Oscar buzz for Nebraska.
I just saw it.
Yeah. Did you like?
Did you see it?
I haven't seen it yet.
It's really, I love Alexander Payne.
Yeah.
Love him. And the film, it's so funny. The thing that I wanted is I love the film, but I would have liked to see the backstory.
Oh.
I would have liked to have seen them flash back and forth to what they were like
before.
As kids. Because basically what the film is about is an alcoholic father and how he, you know, and the progression of alcohol and how it, you know, messes up your life.
Right.
But the film is also really, really funny.
Funny too, right?
Okay, let's take a break. We're going to be right back with my pal here, Jasper Cole, and absolutely Jason Stuart. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back. Absolutely Jason Stuart with my guest, veteran character actor and villain, Jasper Cole. And if anybody wants to call in, they can call 855-878-4652. Yes, Ralph.
Ralph
if
Cole
anybody
Jr.
wants to call in, 855-878-4652 and ask any question they want about us.
By the way, do I look really
You can take them off.
Really?
I mean,
I feel like I'm doing my radio show.
We have to have them on if someone calls in, but if they don't, we don't.
I'll leave them on.
I know. I always think
I want to pull focus, so. That's
so
impossible.
let's talk about being openly gay in Hollywood and what it is. What's really interesting for me, and you'll tell me your experience, it seems to be a non-issue with a lot of people, but it does become an issue when we want to move out of our box.
Right.
Don't you think so?
Yeah. Well, for me, I mean, no one really cares about. Seems like my personal life never seems to be an issue for any. I don't know. I think if you're a character actor and you play villains or bad guys or whatever, I don't think anyone cares. I think if you're a leading guy.
But do you think if you got really big in a big role that was, you know, pushed for Oscar nomination, that everybody would start talking about it? Do you think it would make a difference? I think it would. I think people would go. I think it would make a difference in a really good way. People would go, "Wow, look what this guy can do."
Yeah, I think that's what happens. Is that's when it comes down to how much the actor wants to make that a part of it. You know, that's
to reveal. But you know, we don't have a choice, though. Do you think we do?
No. But I'm saying I think a lot of it is I'm sort of like, even if I were straight, I don't know if I'd make my personal life such a big part of my career, just in general. You know what I mean?
But you do your radio show and you talk about yourself.
I try to keep. But
I understand that because I feel the same way.
Yeah.
There are things in a persona that I talk about, but you know me well. There are things I never talk about.
Right.
You know, I never really talk about directly who I'm dating or what's going on with me or things.
Did you want to do that now?
There's no one, and I'm single once again.
What was the great line you said earlier? You said, "I always want the people." I said you should make it a T-shirt. I want the guys
that don't want me.
Yeah, but there was a middle line.
Oh, I should have written it down.
Said, we'll figure it out later, and
we'll put it on a T-shirt.
Yeah,
but it is an interesting conundrum. I do think that there is a glass ceiling for us, and I think that we don't know it because it's discussed in rooms where we don't hear it. And I think, and it's also a birds of a feather thing, which is a natural thing. I know in the comedy world, you know, I had Russell Peters on the show here a couple weeks ago, and what was really great is I opened for him that night. Now, Russell and I knew each other in Canada at the Montreal Comedy Festival, but we had never really hung out. And he said that I was really rude to him.
You were?
When I met him. I made this little rude comment. You know, I was being funny. It was 15 years ago, you know, or something, the first time I met him there. And, you know, you give the impression, because our sense of humor is a little different than their sense of humor. So it's not that he didn't like me or anything, because now we hang out.
I'm fascinated by him because I actually didn't know much about him. And then I looked him up. He's had this phenomenal comedy
international career that came from YouTube.
Yeah, but then it seems like a lot of people, I think, still don't know
who he is in this country.
It was sort of like Dane Cook did, but even
yes,
but
Dane,
even bigger.
Dane Cook did it here.
Right.
He did it internationally.
Yeah,
mean,
I'm kind of fascinated. I was really impressed with him.
And for people like us, how do we get to the next level? How
Right.
do we move into the what I call the Charles Durnings and the Stephen Tobolowskis and the place that we want to be,
Right.
to play all these interesting different kinds of characters?
Exactly.
And that's the question that a lot of us that are over 40 now are starting to ask ourselves in our own group of character actors.
Right.
And I'm thinking that I don't know. What do you think? How do you
Well,
think we can do it? Because
you
you and
know,
I have talked about this.
We've
a lot.
talked about it. My take. I don't know. I think we are doing it now, and we don't realize
we can't
it.
see it.
Yeah, it's part of our journey already, and we're just, because if you talk to John Hawkes or Stephen or any of those people that are in that,
Stephen Buscemi, you mean, or
or anyone that's sort
John.
of broken out into the next level,
right?
They don't even think they've broken out to the next level.
Well, John Hawkes has been nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, but if you talk, you know what I mean.
He'll say, I can't get
it's
in.
kind of like, well, now he wants to get to that
Tom Hanks
next
group.
level. I don't
Yeah.
know, whatever that,
We
John
always-
Malkovich or something.
Right.
So I feel like we're actually doing it, I guess, as we get more work and keep, going in the rooms and auditioning and getting on the list,
Well, I want to show a show that you did that I thought was really great. Was it the one you were behind the bar? Was that in The Forgotten?
Oh,
Or was
the
that
short-lived. But yeah, I always come in and bring the shows right down. The last season, the first, I did that on The Forgotten. Everybody Hates Chris. Just did it on Victorious. Also came out on the last season, and they're canceled.
Are they canceled? Well, let's see Cut 5.
Yeah.
The Forgotten with
Forgotten.
Christian Slater.
ABC with Christian Slater.
You had a recurring on that.
Yeah, I played the desk clerk.
So are you. You're like Brad Pitt, which is why I'm so nervous.
Let's go.
Yeah, he was here.
For real? He stayed here?
I didn't say that, but he was here. He asked me if I'd seen that woman. I had no idea what he was talking about.
That was his wife.
Well, whatever. He wouldn't stop. He was asking everybody. Finally, I had to tell him something just so he would shut the hell up. I sent him to this kid, Trey.
Trey the corner boy?
Yeah, he keeps his ears to the ground around here. He can find anyone or anything.
And that's Michelle, who's on Hawaii Five-0 now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's a series regular, sweetheart.
I was trying to get Ralph to call in, and I think he just actually he's probably cooking something or went somewhere else, and I'm giving him the text because I don't know if he's actually listening to the show, so I was trying to get him to call in.
If we talk more about him, he'll probably call in.
He is the
he
new,
boomerangs it.
He is the new orange.
Right.
Isn't it funny that he always wears orange?
Right.
Which I find exhausting. I mean,
Ralph or the orange?
No, I love Ralph.
Right.
The orange. How do you find orange clothes for men? I mean, that must be
so
just.
orange is the new black. That's his.
And he is
that
black,
is-
and
well, he
he's-
doesn't know he's black.
Oh well.
Right.
I'll tell him on
Ralph's not.
Thursday.
He doesn't know.
Orange is the new black, and he wears orange and he's black. It's incredible. I love that show.
Right.
God, I love it.
It's amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's in New York, and we're here.
I know.
But we'd
People
fly
don't-
ourselves there in a hot minute. wouldn't
Oh
we?
yeah, people don't realize that they don't let you work in other places anymore. They used to do it all the time.
It's rare now that they'll pay to take you there. Especially for a guest spot.
Well, I just did a film in New York, and I did fly myself there, and they paid me, and I hung out, and I did some stand-up gigs, and
You did craft services. And
yeah, anything they asked me to do. No, but I ate too much craft services, probably. I'm
no,
sure.
that was a great. I can't wait to see that.
It's called Love is Strange with Alfred Molina and John Lithgow and Marissa Tomei. And what I've heard is it's been put in up at Sundance, and this guy, every film he's done,
I
Ira
know.
Sachs has done, has been at Sundance. So
Right.
there's a pretty good shot it's going to get in.
Now, did you pursue that?
Oh,
role?
yeah.
Because I kind of feel like the last time when I did your other show, you were talking about Ira at that point. You and he had been having conversations.
I'd
you
known
reached out
him.
to him, right?
I reached out to him. Well, what had happened is that I had known that he was doing this film because I had done another film called Bear City, and it was the same producer.
Okay.
So he had told me about it, and then Ira's publicist had asked me to host the film. What was the film called? Keep the Lights On, a screening of it. So I
Right.
hosted it for them because he wasn't able to be here. And then they asked me to put myself on
But I
tape.
think that's a great example for actors to see. You have to sometimes, you got to reach out and put yourself out there and make opportunities for yourself.
Oh, for some reason, we have a caller calling in, and he's the wonderful character actor, very funny. Stop it, be nice. Ralph Cole Jr., how are you, my dear?
Hi, how are you, Jason?
Yes, thank you so much for calling in. I don't know how you got the number.
Yeah.
I simply spoke it into my phone and thereby having the answer. I'm loving your guest, Javier Cole.
What's his name?
I love his work.
Wait, and what is your name again? I'm sorry.
Ralph Cole Jr. and Jasper
this is
Cole,
Ralph
not
Cole
related.
Jr.
No.
From Orange is the New Black.
We're brothers from another
planet. Yeah.
Another planet.
And
literally.
these guys do a show every Sunday, once a month.
First Sunday of every month.
First Sunday month.
On the set with Jasper Cole. Ralph is my way too gay sidekick.
Oh, okay.
You know Ralph's gay.
Yes, I do.
Right.
You're gay light.
Allegedly.
He's gay heavy. And do you have a Cole for your boss? I mean, you have a question for your boss.
Oh, I'm your boss.
Yes.
Ralph, do you have a question?
Honey, are you there?
This is
yes.
radio. We're live.
Yes,
Remember?
I'm here.
3,
Can
2,
you guys
1.
hear me?
We can hear you totally.
Yeah, don't make a meal out of it.
Okay, so I wanted to segue myself in and boomerang myself right into the show because as you were speaking, of course, as you were speaking about Orange is the New Black, I wanted to let you and Planet Earth know that I know Gary Lemon, who is one of the senior writers on Orange is the New Black.
Name dropper. Name dropper.
Gary Lennon from The Interlopers at the Bootleg Theater several seasons back, where Jason has also
Go ahead and
where
Jason.
where I actually did a play called Above the Line years ago, and where my the kid that I'm mentoring, who is in my pilot called Mentor, Paul Elia, did the play with you.
Right.
So it's 6 degrees
of...
of...
and Jasper and I came to see you in Above the Line. So
yes.
You see, it's all one
and Ralph was very jealous
family.
that Jason made out with a young guy in the play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well,
it didn't mean anything
happens
to me. Yeah, he wasn't my type. I'd rather...
Ralph, how is Rose? How's your mom? Rose is our mascot.
Rose is doing fine today, Jasper. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Rose is my mother, Planet Earth.
Oh, and she comes to almost every radio show.
Does she really?
Yeah, she's our mascot.
Oh, well, Gloria's my mother, and she's never fine.
Gloria's out in Palm Springs.
And she wouldn't come to the radio station.
Called in, Jason?
No, honey, it's too much for her.
It's too much.
You know, I should have her call in once in a while. It would be just hysterical.
That would be funny.
I don't know if she could be coherent, and we'd have to change the whole conversation to it's about how
But she'd have on high heels,
well, you know,
right?
Jasper and I, we both had our mothers on the show because Jasper's mom, Martha, was on our show. She used to do some commentary weekly about the various soap operas that she liked to watch.
My mother just does commentary just on everything.
Just on you.
She would look at you and she'd say, Ralph, for God's sake, orange? You think that's a good idea? And you know, how much do you have to work out, Jasper? It's enough already. And let your hair go down. Let it go down.
Her name's Gloria?
Yeah. She said, the first time when I shaved my head, she looked at me, she said, oh my God, you look like you have cancer. I said, why don't you get an outfit that fits? She loves to wear outfits that
Does she know about Spanx?
Oh, yes.
She's a friend of
Oh,
Spanx.
God, you're hilarious.
Yeah.
Jason, I wanted to congratulate you. I didn't know. I'm sure you've already mentioned this to your audience from a couple of weeks ago about your successful turn in the film opposite John Lithgow and Alfred Molina.
Well, hopefully that'll come out next year and it'll be a big hit. I'm hoping for everybody.
Well, and I asked Jason earlier, is he going to give you full credit for, you know, running lines with him?
Him and 3 other people.
Right.
Well, it's so great because Jason has, when I ran lines, you know, you guys were talking about this earlier, like what gets cut or what gets left in a project. Jason had 3 pages of dialogue where it's just him talking. And then just every now and then John or Alfred had like an insert line. So I was eager to see, I'm eager to see the film to see how it gets
if they cut me out completely, you know that I totally sucked, right?
No, they can't cut the minister out.
Wait, say that again?
I said, if they cut out a lot of me, you know I totally sucked. But I'm sure they're going to show a lot of shots.
Well, no, not necessarily, because Jasper was stellar on The Forgotten, yet where, you know, can't always
and like Ralph was
guarantee.
on Big Time Rush, right, Ralph?
Oh, my God, several times
and
in
the
my
Soloist,
head.
some of your best work. Please rent The Soloist.
Well, my life is, in my head, I'm recurring all the time in life. I'm a series regular in life.
You're a series regular on Man Chat, too, right here at this station.
Oh, yes.
Man Chat, yeah. Oh, well, you know, and it's actually
let's boomerang that right
Jason
back.
Stuart that we're even housed at T Radio V because Jason had Ronnie Butler on his show as a guest, and through that, the owners of T Radio V found out that Ronnie is an Obama impersonator, and the rest is history. So now we have our fabulous show, Man Chat, there as well.
Yeah, I really enjoyed listening to it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a great show.
And that one guy is
great, Jason.
so hot.
Good.
There's one boy that's really
Jason
hot.
has the hots for one of your co-hosts.
It's not you, and
which one?
It's not Ronnie. There's only
the young one, probably.
The good, yeah. He was at the.
Oh, the young one. Is it the young one?
I'm not sure. He was at the Halloween party.
Oh yeah, that's Barrett. Barrett Craig.
Whatever he is.
He's the straight one, isn't he?
Oh, Ralph, look, all the time has ran out.
Oh,
we're going to take
so
a break.
sorry,
We're going to be
Ralph.
right back with my guest here, Jasper Cole, if he can get a word in on Absolutely Jason
Bye,
Stuart.
Ralph.
Thanks, Ralph. We love you.
Bye, you
Bye.
guys.
Welcome back to Absolutely Jason Stewart with my guest, Jasper
Hello.
Cole. Welcome back.
I took off the headphones.
It's so funny. He's
It's
sitting
messing
here.
up
We
my
haven't
hair.
even talked about your web series. This is your interview. We're talking
I know,
about you.
I'm so used
I
to
want
it.
to show one other thing because I loved you on this. This is a cut from CSI, and this is cut number 1. And let's show his work. He really is a wonderful character. And did you love that one person in the chair that they just cut just for 2 seconds? Thank you.
You Wicker?
No, my name's Baxter, and I ain't got no ticket.
Where'd you get that hat?
Oh man, he gave me $100 to get on this train. I don't want no trouble. Don't shoot.
Did
You know
they
what's
tell you
great?
not to wash? Is that what did you look
You
so
know,
dirty?
You know what's great about that is that's a two-parter with Without a Trace, and I actually was playing John Hawkes. I was pretending to be John Hawkes' character. You know, he's one of my favorite character actors.
John Hawkes was nominated for the Oscar.
Yeah,
for Winter
so
Bone
in
a
that
couple years
episode,
ago.
he was the main guest lead, and he was a pedophile, and they were trying to find him. And throughout that whole episode, you think I'm him, and then they finally confront me on the train, and you realize I'm not him. So
Wow.
and so then it was a two-part. That's Anthony LaPaglia. He came over to that show, and then William Peterson went over to Without a Trace. So I got to be on both shows.
Oh, they blended the shows.
Yeah.
Oh, we used to love that when we were kids.
Right.
Do you remember when you'd see that happen on the Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, and Green Acres?
Right.
And Sam Drunker was sort of the paste of the whole show.
Right.
He'd be right there.
They probably get paid one fee to do all three shows.
Oh, sure, in those
Yeah.
days. God.
Yeah.
But that show was really that's a coup to get on.
Yeah.
What was it like working with Anthony LaPaglia?
He was great. He
I
was
worked with
really.
him on,
he's actually funny.
Murder One. Yeah.
Yeah. He's
It's
very funny.
Australian.
Australian, which I didn't realize.
Nobody knows.
Because of he hides his accent.
He says to me on the set, he said, Jason, if there's anything you want me to do, just ask. I said, don't ever talk to me like that.
You said watch Easy.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
kidding? He's so handsome.
Yeah.
He's got this charm about him that just oozes, I think.
He has a brother who's also a really good actor.
Oh, who's that?
I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name, but I saw him in a play at the Odyssey.
Really?
Younger, sort of better looking version of Anthony. Younger.
How could you be better looking
well,
than him, man?
Yeah. Maybe that's
Gosh.
why he doesn't let him work that much.
So what's up next? Do you have something going on next?
Well, I have 2 new films coming out. I have one called Captured, which is a thriller horror kind of film. But Brittany Coran from Men of a Certain Age, she played Ray Romano's daughter.
Wasn't that a great show?
Yeah, now she's on a new series, Twisted, on ABC Family. And Kristen Prout from one of the Twilight films. That's a really good play. I play a really creepy groundskeeper guy. The interesting story about that for all actors listening. I went into Dan Velez casting. I went into the audition for that, and I walked in, and they were like all these 70, 80-year-old men. And I'm thinking, well, clearly,
What am I doing here?
Something's happened. So I went ahead and auditioned, and then I had to call back. And long story short, after I got the part, Joe, the director, was telling me that we really were not looking at anyone young, but Dan fought for you and said you need to see Jasper. I think he could do this part. So they actually lowered the age of the character and gave me the part.
Because what difference does it make a lot of the time?
Yeah. There was a little bit where I had to be at least old enough to have known her when she was a kid, the Brittany character. But that was, interesting.
What's the other film?
The other one's called Model Home, and it's with Kathy Baker and Monique Gabrielle Kernan.
God, I love Kathy
Yeah,
Baker.
Kathy's phenomenal.
Is she an extraordinary actress?
She just hits it every time. And
Yeah.
this is an interesting. This is a premise where, with the whole foreclosure happening with homes, this is a movie where they actually hire a family to live in a foreclosed home, sort of staging it. So beyond just the normal staging of putting the furniture in, they put a single mother and her kid in this house. And she's bipolar schizophrenic, and she starts having all these amazing, bizarre delusions or whatever. And part of that is she thinks my character Walker is out to get her. So I'm sort of the neighborhood guy, creepy guy who I'm stealing gasoline from her car, and she captures me, and she ties me up with twine that she makes artificial flowers with. It's very bizarre. So a lot of the movie.
But if Kathy Baker's in this, you know it's a good movie because
It's really scary. It's scary, but it's creepy in the fact that it could really happen because it's
She's won like what 4 or 5 Emmys. For
I think so. Picket Fences
and other things.
Yeah. But it was great. But it was literally having to act bound. I had a mouth guard in with wire in my teeth, and I had fight scenes and a death scene with her, and it's hard to explain. But yeah, it's
what's the movie called?
Model Home. It's coming out in January.
God, I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's that was another great. That was Kendra Patterson, the casting director from Crossing Jordan. She now does The Mentalist, and that was a straight offer. It was one of those great things where my agent called and said, "Kendra's called and they want you to do this film." And
well, you have made a career out of playing these people that are a mess, and I always know you to be washed. So I want to show this clip.
I tried to clean up today.
This is clip 3. Cut 3 rather, and you are so dirty looking in this. This is a definite. I mean, dear God,
homeless.
That guy's single, you know.
Almost a decade. I dropped out of high school after just 2 years. I've lived in 6 different houses since I was 8. If I could have just one wish, it would be to start over.
See?
That was
I cleaned up better today, right?
Oh my God, look how cute you look.
Oh, thank you.
I just can't imagine.
But it's so much fun, you know. It's so great to like disappear into those characters. I always say I can only look better in person.
And people don't realize this, that you don't have to worry about looking good or worrying about your neck or your this or your that.
My range now is there a beard or a goatee? Is the hair up or down? For TV and film, that's basically.
Because you let your hair grow.
Yeah.
Would you ever cut it?
I feel like I can't cut it now at this point.
Do you want to sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes. I actually the next decade, the next look, I really wanted to rock like the shaved head and the goatee.
I think you could.
But then I sort of want to age into that Sam Elliott. I wish my hair would go white and gray.
It is
like
a touch.
Like the Sam Elliott kind of thing.
And he does everything. Talks like
I got
this.
to work with him in '98. Yeah.
What did you work with him on?
I actually co-produced a pilot called Texarkana at CBS, and it was he, Judith Ivey, Terry Polo, amazing cast. I learned so much working with him.
He's an extraordinary actor. He's married to Catherine Ross from The Graduate.
Yeah, she would come to the set, and they were raising their kid at the time. '98, the kid was young. But, Sam's the one that told me, Jasper, this is not brain surgery. Just don't.
Show up.
Yeah, just keep it real.
To me, it's all about being relaxed.
Yeah.
People don't understand that.
Right.
Sometimes you got to hype yourself, but you really have to be so relaxed that you can let things happen.
That's really hard. And it's like, be relaxed when all that chaos is going on around you.
It's even doing this show with you and me here. It's an art. We both do this.
Right.
And it's a skill set that I wanted to learn to do so I can interview people, talk, let the show be about you, but also infuse myself and how to do that,
That's why I started my radio show. I didn't want people to think I was only these creepy bad guys. I wanted to show a lighter, funnier side. Because it's funny, because of MacGruber, I have actually gotten to go in and do a lot more comedy. I did Funny or Die also on HBO.
You did a couple of those.
I did the Terrys, with Eric and Tim, and so it's been.
What is the Terrys?
Terry's was a segment on Funny or Die on HBO, the series they had. I don't know if they still have it. But then it became a short film, and it went to Sundance. Tim
McKay?
No, it's Eric Warham and Tim Heidecker. They have a show on Adult Swim, but it went to Sundance and was a big hit. It's a short film about this crystal meth crack addict family.
You?
Well, I was one of the prisoners that would have sex with Eric's character was a transsexual, so we would just have sex in the alley.
Well,
it's good to have a blowjob scene on your reel.
I think so.
Right.
And why do it in the house? It gets everything a mess.
Why not be in a trailer park in Lancaster with the transsexual? They say your reel needs to pop.
Well, you have always inspired me, to do more things and and stuff. And you were going to talk. So people were wondering about Mentor.
Yeah,
which is
your
my web series, which is I think a pilot.
Okay.
Now.
Well,
and it's turned out really, really, really good.
You had a great cast, and you did Kickstarter.
We did Indiegogo.
Okay,
and that's coming out. So we're actually by January it'll be out there and be ready to be shown.
See, you're not.
Isn't that cool?
When do you rest? We just talked about that earlier.
It's so
and
funny.
see, you don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I said.
I don't feel that way.
Yeah, so there's an example where as busy as you are, you don't feel like you're doing that much. So
It's strange.
what's that about?
I don't know. But do you feel that way about yourself too?
Probably, yeah.
Because you also produce.
I do. I produce. I manage a little, so I do a lot. But the acting is the passion. But yeah, I'm lucky that if I have to have a day job, it can at least stay in the business, and do these other things.
Well, it's all about being a hyphenate these days.
I think so.
Mentor was the first thing I ever directed.
Right.
And I co-wrote it and co-produced it with Paul Elia, and I co-produced it with Alexander Paul. And she's also in it.
She's amazing.
So mean in it.
Good.
She plays the meanest version of herself, and she really didn't want to do it like that.
Does she love it after doing it though?
I still think she's a little like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I just hope I would love to work with you on something. I
know.
hope we get to.
We have
I tried
to.
to look
This
and
is-
look and look for a part for you in this, but there wasn't anything that was.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah.
You were on a list of so many people that I wanted to use.
Oh, thank
But,
you.
when
the
we
right
wrote-
thing will come along.
Oh, I think we wrote it in 6 episodes of 5 minutes each. Everything is from 5 to 10 minutes each.
Right.
And it was hard to have any major
Right.
parts.
No, I understand. I did a web series, Prom Queen. That was Michael Eisner's. That was really the beginning of the creepy bad guy for me.
Really?
Yeah. Prom Queen did amazing. It went all over the world and Japan and.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So I'm all I'm familiar with the web series.
I want to show one more thing, and then I think we're probably going to go to a commercial. You did this really great commercial for Fandango, which is on a cut 2, and I'd love to show people this. I just absolutely love this.
Well, would you look at this?
We don't want no trouble now, Reno.
I'm going to the 7 p.m. movie, Gene, and you can't stop me.
Don't do it, Reno. That's no way for brothers to act.
Oh, Mom always likes you best.
Get the #1 out for movie times and tickets. Visit fandango.com/mobile for details.
What is so funny is I saw that and I did not know it was you.
Oh, wow.
And I'm your friend.
That's funny.
We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back with the quiz here on Absolutely Jason Stuart with my guest, Jasper Cole. Welcome back to Absolutely Jason Stuart with my guest, Jasper Cole. At
Hello.
Radio B, Radio In
TV.
I didn't get that for the longest time. Isn't that completely, crazy of me?
But you got it now.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So just to tell all the fans out there, I will be at the Improv this Thursday night in Hollywood, California at the 8 p.m. show. Please come and see me. If you don't know how to get there, go to jasonstuart.com, STUART. Friend me, like me, tweet me, taste me.
You'll come pick them up, right?
Yes, I will.
You'll
I'll come
drive
to your
them.
house. I have a limo that picks people up.
A hearse.
You have a website, am I correct?
Yeah, jaspercole.com, and then the radio show On the Set with jaspercole.com as well has a website. And December 1st, coming up on Sunday, is our next live show. You can also just find us at ubnradio.com.
But can they go to jaspercole.com and
Everything,
find everything?
yeah, everything's on
'cause
there.
I was thinking, if you forget his name, just go to jasonstuart.com and I will lead you over there.
Yes.
So we're going to do the quiz.
Okay.
First thing, what movie is your favorite that inspired you?
My favorite
That made you
movie,
just want to act? What movie?
Ordinary People.
You too?
Yeah.
I think we talked about this. Oh, that movie just
Riveting, right?
Well, because it set the template for what I call kitchen dramas.
Right.
Or
Which-
dining room dramas, really, in that house.
Yeah, yeah. Which is funny because Imitation of Life was one of my...
Which version? Of course, Lana
Well,
Turner.
of course, the Lana Turner.
Yeah.
So
I just saw that recently.
Is that too gay?
Of course, it's so gay we could redecorate a room by looking at it.
Sir?
Douglas Sir.
Yeah. But it's interesting because, I'm always a sucker for that. Terms of Endearment, Ordinary People, anything that's got real life drama and characters.
But it was the most extraordinary performance by Mary Tyler Moore, I
Yeah.
thought.
Great directing by Robert Redford and
Judd
Timothy
Hirsch,
Hutton.
Timothy
and,
Hutton who won the
just,
Oscar.
yeah.
It made him become the star that he is.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Donald Sutherland, Dinah Manoff.
Oh, I was
Elizabeth
trying to think of
McGovern,
Dinah. I couldn't think of the
Adam
daughter.
Baldwin.
Yeah.
The other Adam Baldwin.
Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
The other one, yeah.
Yeah.
He used to be in my acting class.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that movie had a big impact on me.
Oh, I think about everybody.
Right.
Because it was about, being honest of what happens in families.
Right.
What's going on behind there and having, the fact of showing a mother who didn't care about her kids,
You know, I had
caregiver.
at that time my brother and I were struck by lightning. He was 16, I was 13. My brother was killed, and I survived. So that was a very
Oh my God.
yeah. I mean, not to bring the show down.
No,
thank you.
no.
No, but that's one reason I connected to that movie. Not that my mom was anything like that, but
No, so
I was watching what my parents were going through, losing
A child.
and having one kid left, dealing with. And I was with him when it happened, sort of like in the movie with the swimming accident.
Do you remember what he says? Of course you do, because I've seen the movie 15, 20 times. It says, he said, the shrink said to him, "What did you do wrong?" He said, "I let go.
I let go.
It was a boating accident.
Yeah.
I let go."
There's a lot of survivor guilt that happens.
Or he let go and I held on.
Yeah.
I held on.
Basically, it's like he survived and he felt guilty
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that movie had a big impact on me.
Wow. What about your favorite piece of theater?
Favorite piece of
Mine
theater
lately was August Osage County.
You know,
which was a couple years ago.
I did not see that. I'm
well,
dying to see the movie.
Well, you really missed an incredible piece of theater. It
Fool
was-
for Love is a play that really had an impact on me. I saw it. Ed
it's a
Harris.
Sam Shepard play.
I ended up doing it years later. I played Martin, but I saw it on Broadway. First time I ever went to New York with Ed Harris and I think Judith Ivey. And I cannot. Ed Harris was so riveting. I can't remember who the. No, it was It was Kathy Baker.
Oh, really?
Yes, Kathy Baker and Ed Harris.
And the movie was it
Kim
was Kim
Basinger, Sam Shepard.
Yeah.
She replaced Jessica Lange in that. Jessica was pregnant.
Oh, is
and
that
had to
what
drop
happened?
out, and then Kim's from my hometown of Athens, so.
Oh, wow. Well, that means you're best friends.
So I've stalked her whole career.
Have you?
Yeah. We won't even talk about the crazy ass Alec Baldwin. That's a whole other
I
thing.
love him though. I don't know why.
Even now? Don't you think he's becoming a little Mel Gibson-ish?
No.
No. Okay.
No, but I think he's got to be very careful.
He's out of control.
He's got a temper.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he's out of control. I think it's that the media follows everybody everywhere and reports everything. I think
Why aren't
people
they following us?
Thank God. How boring is that going to be?
See, they don't want it, and we would welcome it.
I would.
Right?
Wouldn't
Don't you want the
bother me.
paparazzi outside right
well,
now?
because I would say I'm eating a Jenny Craig meal right now. Come on in. It's
Yeah.
the pancakes. It's
Thank
the silver
you.
dollar pancakes.
Right.
What's your favorite song?
Favorite.
And who you're listening to? Is there somebody interesting we can tell people about?
I have a wide variety of music. I'm addicted to Pandora now.
A lot of people are.
I've literally just discovered it. How long has it been out? 15 years?
Well, we're coming to that thing where we're discovering. I'm watching things on the net all the time.
Yeah.
What are you watching on TV? What are you obsessed with? What are you binge watching?
Ray Donovan is my new favorite show of all time.
Really?
Yes.
I watched it and then I couldn't get into it, and my mom says it's really good. Should I go back?
Well, yeah, I think it's one of those you have to. It's got to hook you in the beginning, but you can catch up on demand or whatever. I mean, the character.
Oh,
we
the
talk about
acting is
character actors
extraordinary.
in that. You know,
Extraordinary.
and like Brooke Smith. I mean, they bring in people that you don't see that often, and you just go, oh my god! And all the guys playing the brothers and
I've been up for that show 2 or 3 times.
John Papsadera.
Yeah.
Me too. I went in
Name
for the
dropper,
pilot.
casting directors.
Oh, we love John.
Yeah, he's very sweet. He said something once to me that was just so nice. Yeah, I remember that. He keeps a place in my heart.
Yeah, I was happy for him to get a show like that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Don't you love auditioning at his place? It's a house.
It's like
It's
there's
a house
pool.
and there's
Isn't there a pool there?
It looks like a Hollywood.
The first time I went, I was a little. I thought it was a little
and then
creepy.
you go up the hill and you audition in that little.
Yeah, I thought, no, wait, what is this? Is this porn? I wasn't sure what was happening.
I was hoping. Okay. So, what are you reading? Is there anything you're reading that you're?
I
just
don't
like,
read.
Really?
I listen to everything on audiobooks.
Oh, so that's the same thing.
I know it's big, because I live in Palm Springs. And
But are they abridged? The books?
Yeah.
See, I don't like that.
You don't?
I like it when they have the whole book. I don't like it when they cut it.
Some are, some aren't. I'm a big biography, autobiography.
You too? I'm
Andy
upset.
Cohen. I'm listening to his book.
You
on-
like him?
I'm fascinated by him, by his success.
I am too, and I don't want to diss anybody, but I think God, these terrible housewife shows.
Which I'm addicted to.
No.
We talked about that on my radio show.
Oh, please, I can't.
I don't care. I own it. Yeah, my TiVo is full of it.
Well.
And Nene Leakes is hospitalized today.
Is she?
Yeah.
For real?
Apparent maybe a heart attack. Aren't you devastated?
Really? Oh, well, I hope she's okay.
You don't give a shit about her.
I don't know her that well. It's the blonde hair one, right?
The black with the blonde hair.
Yeah, which I can't deal with. That.
Right. Orange is the new black.
Yeah, yellow is the new brown.
Thank you.
She got a heart attack?
Well, she's saying it's a blood clot in her lung.
A blood clot heart attack?
Whatever.
That isn't even those are two completely
New
different
Normal
things.
got canceled. She needs to stay in the press.
She's back on Glee though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't. That show's too gay for me. I don't watch it.
I could redecorate watching that.
Why aren't you on that show?
I don't know. I'm just too fat to be gay.
You're too gay for Glee?
I'm too fat to be gay. No, you're not allowed to be gay. I can't be gay anymore. I'm over 40. Oh, so
Are they telling us to go?
Last thing. Who's the love of your life?
Oh, Dennis.
Dennis. And if you could hang with someone, who would it be? Who would be the person?
Joan Rivers.
Ah!
Love her.
That'd be great.
Everything about
Jasper,
her.
thank you so
Jason,
much for being on the show.
as always, thank you so much.
I adore you.
Me too.
I really do.
Adore you.
Until next week, everybody, take care. It's Jason Stuart here at Absolutely Jason Stuart. Talk to you next Tuesday.